Welcome, viewers. In our channel, we celebrate India's Summer Olympians. At just 20 years old, Terence Pitt arrived at the 1924 Paris Olympics as the youngest member of India's entire contingent. And for a brief moment, he looked like one of its brightest prospects. Born on 30th November 1903 in Kidarpur, Kolkata, Pitt's early life is largely undocumented. We don't know much about his family. We don't know who trained him. But in 1924, he earned a place on India's 7-man athletics team. And Pitt wasn't there to just run one event. He entered 3 events: the 100 meters, 200 meters, and the 400 meters. The first two produced respectable results. In the 100 meters, Pitt finished third in his heat. Then in the 200, he did it again, third in this heat too. But the 400 meters would be different. This time, Pitt didn't just qualify, he won. He crossed the line first in his Olympic heat in 49.8 seconds. For a 20-year-old representing India at only its second Olympic appearance, it was a striking performance. Suddenly, Pitt was through to the quarterfinals, one race away from pushing even deeper into Olympic competition. Then came the next round. Pitt ran 51.6 seconds. He finished fourth, and just like that, his Olympic journey was over. But perhaps the more intriguing question is what should have happened next. At 20 years old, Pitt had just won an Olympic heat. He had demonstrated versatility across 3 sprint distances. He had reached a quarterfinal. Surely there should have been more, but there wasn't, at least not in the surviving Olympic record. Pitt did not appear in India's 1928 Olympic athletics squad, and there is no reliable record showing where his competitive career went after Paris. A promising young sprinter, and then silence. We do know how his story ended. Pitt eventually relocated to Britain and died in Thurrock, England in 1957. But the decades between that Olympic quarterfinal and his death remain largely undocumented. And that's what makes Terence Pitt's story so compelling. He arrived in Paris as the youngest athlete on India's team. He competed in more events than most of his teammates. And when his biggest opportunity came, he won. Then 1 round later, it was over. No medal, no second Olympics, no documented record of the career that might have just followed. Just one remarkable Olympic result preserved in the archives: 49.8 seconds, first place. For one afternoon in Paris, a 20-year-old sprinter from Kolkata looked like India's next great attack athlete. Then history lost sight of him. And perhaps the most haunting part of his story isn't how far Pitt went, but how much further he might have gone. Thank you for being on this journey.